Hey there, my name is Untitled Chapter. Today I'm talking about how to crack interview on Cambly app.
Fine, good. How are you?
I'm also good. Is your name
Yeah, my name is Sasi. What's your name?
Nice to meet you. My name is Lynette,
Yeah,
and I am from South Africa. Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Okay, from New Delhi or from which part of India?
Northeast part of India, Bihar, Patna.
Okay, and tell me a little bit more about yourself. Are you on Cambly for exam preparation or just for conversation?
I'm just preparing for interview. That's why I'm here.
Okay, for job interview. Okay, and
Yeah,
what job are you applying for?
I'm planned for banking sector job.
Okay, so you studied to be a banker.
Yeah,
Okay. And have you did you enroll in a course on Cambly for interviews?
no,
Okay, no problem. Then I will send you let me send you a link.
yeah,
Okay.
send me.
And
Okay,
then we can have a look at that. Let me just quickly get it for you. Mm, okay, I'll send a link for you now. Is it your first interview or have you had interviews before?
no, that's my yeah. For interview session, no before. It's my
You've
first.
had your first interview. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so link. Okay, so I will go through the questions with you.
Okay.
Okay, so in the first one, the first question that the interviewer will always ask you is they will ask you to tell them more about yourself.
Yeah.
Now, what people normally do is they will then start talking about their family and where they
Yeah.
are from and stuff like that. That's not what they want to hear. They're not interested in that. What they
Yeah.
want to know, basically, what they are saying is they ask you to tell them more about yourself because they want to know what is
Yeah.
there that you can offer the company so that they
Yes.
must give the job to you. Why must they actually
Oh,
give the job to you?
yeah.
So that's basically what you will answer. So when they answer that, you can tell them who you are and where you're from, just
Okay.
shortly, briefly, and then you
Okay.
should tell them something like, maybe you did an honors degree in accounting or,
Yeah.
something outstanding that you've done. That is what they would like to hear.
Okay.
Okay? So if I
Yeah.
ask you, tell me
Okay.
more about yourself. I am now your interviewer. What kind of
Okay.
question will you give to me?
My name is Shashi Shekhar Chaudhary. I'm from Patna, Bihar. I have completed my graduation in Statistic Honors from Patna University. Then I joined IndusInd Bank for last 1.5 year as a assistant manager. And my hobby is reading book and playing games like cricket. And I have learned lot of in thing in university like management and all that. How to manage people and how to build relationship with people. That's a way.
Okay,
That's it.
that is a good answer. So you can say, you can give your answer like that, or you can say, I have good people skills.
Yeah.
People skills. I know how to do micromanagement, management,
Manage
management. So
good relationship.
micromanagement, you can say building relationships as well. Micromanagement meaning that you have a team maybe of 5 or 10 people and you can actually manage them. You can
Yeah.
give tasks to them, you can delegate tasks to them. That's micromanagement. If you say
Yeah.
macromanagement, then obviously you're talking about a lot of people that you can
Lot of,
manage.
yeah.
Okay. Now remember, before you answer all of these questions, the interviewer he's already got your resume. So he has already read everything about you, what you do, what you've studied, all of that.
Yeah.
So in your resume, you know that you can't put everything in there. So you just put like the highlights in your resume. So when you go to your interview, then you will connect the dots with each other. In other words, if you said that you studied accounting, then you can tell them, I have a degree in accounting, or, so you connect the two. Yes. Okay. Then the second question that I love to ask is, what are your biggest weaknesses? Okay. Now, before you answer this, every candidate knows how to answer this question. Just pick a theoretical weakness and magically transform that flaw into a strength in disguise. So I'm going to help you with that. For example, if I say that so when you apply for a job, say for example, you're applying for a job in the bank. So first of all, you need to be a trustworthy person. You must be able to work with people. You must have good interrelationships with people. And you must be able to work with money. So if you know for a fact that you struggle maybe to deal with difficult clients, you have to think of an answer of how you can make it sound that it's not bad, but you disguise it a little bit so that it actually sounds like something that's going towards a strength. I will give you an example. My biggest weakness is getting so absorbed in my work that I lose all track of time. Every day I look up and I realize everyone has gone home. I know I should be more aware of the clock, but when I love what I'm doing, I just can't think of anything else. So your biggest weakness is that you'll put in more hours than everyone else. Okay? So in your opinion, what you see it as a weakness because you in that sentence that made it sound better because they said that to the employer it will sound like, okay, so if you work till 5, if your work is not done, you will put in extra hours to work. So it shows the employer that you are more diligent. Okay? More hard. Yes, definitely. So whatever you know your weakness is, you should try and make it so that it sounds like it's also a good thing. Like for example, me, I am very punctual. It irritates me to be late. So for me, that is a weakness because I'm always checking that I'm in time. But for the employer, it's not a weakness actually because it means that you will never be late for work. So that's a good thing also. Okay, so how will you answer the question?
I'll answer that. My weakness is sometimes I'm doing a lot of work. So that's my weakness. I'm doing focused on my work.
Okay.
Focused on my work and...
Okay, so in here they say, share what you're doing to overcome the weakness. No one is perfect, but showing that you're willingly to honestly self-assess and then seek ways to improve comes pretty darn close. Okay, so for example, I'm a nurse as well. So I get very irritated with patients when they are being rude. So that is my weakness. But now my employer is not going to like it because I am supposed to be calm with patients. So I would say something like, it really annoys me when people don't respect me. However, I am willing to work on that. And I do understand that in my job, it's expected of me to always remain calm and have a positive outlook on life. So in that way, the employee sees, okay, so I admit my weakness, but I also admit that I'm willing to work on it. So you can think about that answer so that when the employer asks you,
work on that my weakness. Right?
Yes. So you must think of something that is like really a weakness. Like maybe you come late for work. So you're being honest by telling them that you sometimes come late for work, but it's due to traffic, but you are willing to work on it. You know, something like that. Something that's like really a weakness. Okay? Then they also like to ask you, what are your biggest strengths? Now, the interviewer asked this question. Your resume and experience should make your strengths readily apparent, okay? So he already sees what is your strengths, but he wants to know from your side. So you need to provide a sharp, on-point answer. You need to be clear and precise. If you're a great problem solver, then don't just say that. You provide a few examples pertinent to the opening that prove that you're a great problem solver. If you're an emotionally intelligent leader, you don't just say that, you also give them an example. So what they're basically saying here is, you can't just say that you have certain attributes, like certain strengths and things. You actually have to physically give an example of them. Okay?
Okay. I'm very punctual and I'm a very hard-working guy. That's a good answer for that.
Yes, but that is a good strength to have, but you have to give them an example. So you can say something like, I don't know your situation. So maybe you had a previous job. So you can say something like, a punctual person. As in my previous job, I have always been the one that was always first at work and the last one to leave my work. So in that way, they can see that you gave them an example of why you say that you are punctual. If you say that you are a good leader, you must be able to tell them that you had 10 people and you had to manage them and delegate tasks to them, like that. So you can't just say, I'm a leader. My strength is that I'm a good leader. They don't know that you're a good leader. So you need to give them an example of why you say that you're a good leader. So always back it up with an example. Because if you don't give them an example, they're going to ask you for an example. And then you're going to think, oh my goodness, what must I answer? So it's better to be prepared before the interview and then you know exactly what to answer.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, now, normally they also ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? A lot of people will say, I want to be the manager in this company, and that's what I want to do. They hear that all the time. They want to hear something extraordinary from your side, like, because I'm going to read for you what they say here. Candidates try to show that they're incredible ambition because that's what they think you want. By providing
very ambitious people like yourself.
Yes, but that
I
is
want to achieve on manager post like that.
Okay, but they say here that by giving them an answer to say that I'm very ambitious, it's not generally a very good answer, because that is, employers know that you think that is what they want to hear. So you need to give them something else. So in either case, you learn. And so what we can say here is, there are so many talented people here that I just want to do a great job and see where my talents take me. I have a lot of ambition. I normally say in the interview, I say, I like to learn and I would like to grow within the company. Do you provide opportunities for self-growth? Then they can see, you're ambitious. This is the kind of person we want on our team. Something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the link now. So after the lesson, you can also read through it.
Yes.
Then you can work a bit on your own answers as well. Yes. And then we can continue. One of the questions.
2 minutes.
Yes. So one of the other questions that I also would like to ask you, or what they a lot of times ask you, is, why should we hire you? So you can't just tell them because I'm punctual and I'm a good worker. You need to be like, wow. You need to have that wow factor so that they can say, wow, no, we want this guy. This is the guy, we want him. You need to be standing out from the rest. So you need to sit and think about something that you've done in your studies, in school, in your life, in your career, anything that you've done that was like, wow, that you bring to the table, you give it to them so that they can be impressed, because you need to impress them. And you can't just say the normal things that everybody says.
Yeah.
Okay. But I hope to talk to you again. It was good talking to you. Our time is unfortunately finished.
Yeah. I think the English is the second language, right?
Sorry?
English is your second language.